Welcome to game number 2 of tonight's EU Pro Scrims. My name is Jorisar. We are now in the plane. A very exciting chicken dinner in game number 1. We had 23 kills between the top two teams, so they're building out a little bit of a gap for themselves at the top of the leaderboard. It is still just game 1, though. Plenty can still happen. It's an 11 o'clock to 6 o'clock plane path here in game number 2. We will see if there is still a disagreement north of Power Grid. There is, actually. All of Viz and all of Nexus potentially going to this one compound. Are we gonna... Yet neither team wants to give up. This is going to be a hot drop. Minibear and Curexy have got the outside of the warehouse. Where are Nexus? They've got the concrete buildings by the looks of things. However, Redska has got two people next to him. He's in the concrete as well. And I get the feeling he is going to be the object of attention for Viz to begin with. Andy, is that a... No, it's an AR by the looks of things. Gets headshot on the way down. There's only 11 bullets remaining in the Mini 14. And he gets down and outed as well. So now suddenly it's really critical that Viz get Redska down and out ASAP. Otherwise, he can buy enough time for the rest of Nexus Gaming to come in. First blood here to Nexus. Curexy 33 damage. And Stratos is stuck a little bit. He doesn't look like he has the meds to contest Redka right now. And this is turning into a bigger and bigger advantage for Nexus as time goes on. Viz has... They had the position initially, but weren't able to capitalize. And Redska in that spoiler position was able to do so much. And importantly now, delayed for so long. Redska finally goes down there. The cooked grenade will actually do 49 damage as Stratos now enters that bit of the concrete buildings. What are the rest of Nexus going to do? They should be able to push in. Hey, Donix gets taken down by Curexy. 1440 is right next to him and should be able to go for the insta-res. It is 3 versus 3. Viz have scored a mini victory of their own now. And as a result, have the option to reset the fight. Minibear coming straight out. And actually, that was very predictable, allowing 1440 to get the knock. Thinking about the cheeky quick res. Stratos not allowing that to happen, and Curexy managing to spot a third one from afar. Nexus will go down. Viz losing Andy early on and in danger of getting wiped at the beginning of that engagement. Got pegged back by Nexus, but dug deep to win this fight. Nexus, unfortunately, will now be out until the next game. So I thought these guys were simply going to adjust their loot patterns. No, they wanted to contest that. And Team Viz looking like they are going to win that fight. Interesting circle. Not one we see very often. Near crater fields north of El Pozo. The Norsemen are going to be very happy, dropping Alcantara, expecting to have to rotate God knows how far into the circle. Nope. They are going to be home free on this one. Furasic have also got Lacob. They're very pleased. And Push and Flush are in El Pozo. So they as well will have a free pass into close to the middle in Circle 1. They'll have free range of compounds. They might not want to go straight into Crater Fields due to having to go back north afterwards. It's just not fun having to try and climb out of that when other teams are looking at you. But otherwise... they're looking very, very nice indeed. Herky might be looking to give that a go. I think he's going to stop on the edge, but you never know. He could go in. Stranger things have happened. And no, he's going to stay on the edge, as we thought. Push and Flush have decided to exit El Pozo and grab this compound to the north, which is fair enough. Let's take a look at what that looks like. Got that nice church building. Double story. A small double story and a bunch of small buildings as well. Relatively okay to defend the south from. You obviously don't want people pushing down from up north, but that's why Explicit is up there at the moment. Just doing a little bit of scouting. Has the potential, maybe, to take this garage building and use these trucks as cover as well. That's always a possibility. But otherwise, things looking relatively okay for them at present. Who else is rotating and may run into each other? Herky having to face off against Furasic at the moment. Bag of Nuts getting dangerously close. And Herky doing a really smart rotate around by the looks of things. Salty Sweet, I think, spots him. Oh, that grenade could have been so good. Furaffic got a little bit of an issue now. Really, they want to get into this dip or something similar because they're actually getting spotted by... Wow. That's with the red dot. What are you doing? Party Beetle with the red dot SLR. Is who's going to be trying to steal that kill. Herky gets bag of nuts, unfortunately. If the red dot allowed him to absolutely nail those couple of shots, I would be so impressed. But they are not. Furaffic are going to have to think of another way into circle. I think they're going to settle for this compound just west of La Cobb. That's completely fine. Apex is going to be moving in. And they could prove to be rather troublesome to Furaffic. They're going to be slowing down soon. They want to work out where everyone is. Intense has found out. So is Simsy. And Tekkas from the spoiler position doesn't quite land the shots. Realizes that was his opportunity and now has to move. He's going to go north with the rest of Apex. Party Beetle, though, will be there to greet them. Party Beetle knows what's going on. He heard a lot of gunshots, followed by some vehicles pulling up. He's decided, actually, I don't want to part in this. I was just here to loot, mate. See you later. And the Norseman will vacate this position for Apex. Not ready to fight that split from the rest of the team. Snip team are moving up on to meet the woo. This is going to be a crash onto a compound. Are they going to stay here? Or are they going to keep going? Dane looks like he's staying here. They're thinking about it. Not all of meet the woo are here. That's Dane down. Box Bob, I think, gets that. He does indeed with the M4. Ace on the corner of the compound. Hasn't been spotted by Stealthy yet. He has now. This is problematic. Stealthy has been joined by Sinister. Gets spotted out by Box Bob again, who seems to be doing such a good job from that position. And Snip Team are deciding to leave. They don't think they can finish this. Remember, Zico is really, really far away from the rest of this fight at the moment. And Sinister's tire is getting popped. That's not fun. Jesus, they're getting popped from over there. That's push and flush. Oh my god. With potential. And everyone is taking these really ultra long range fights by the looks of things. And Zico, oh no, has got a really nice position on top of this rock. But there are two members of Heroic on the other side. He must know someone is there. This could spell disaster for Snip Team. I think they're relying on no one being here, but Paige and Beamy know that this is a juicy position to take. And Zico's days might unfortunately be numbered here. A little bit too early on the spray. Oh no, Zico gets Beamy as well. This is not how Heroic wanted to play it. Good Molotov preventing Zico from coming back up. He's thinking about going for the res. He will now. Zico moves away on the bike. Can he get a quick shot? He can't. And well, that wasn't the free point Heroic wanted, but to be fair, they haven't lost anyone either. Fair enough. So push and flush, more or less sent to circle, as are the Norsemen, who are admittedly very split, but they're not inside any particular compound, as you can see. They are split in such a way that they should be able to run to each other if necessary. The Misfits coming in very late, but should be able to hug the West Road and be okay. Alan Oil even later, and Zukdin Nam will be coming in late on the north side via La Cobb by the looks of things. Uh-oh. We're in trouble. Where's Furaffic? Okay, they've just about managed to escape this. Rikes, I think, lost a tire in that as well. Struggling at the moment. And that's Rikes down and indeed out to Furaffic's Robin. Very impressive, actually. I didn't think they'd be able to get enough hits on him there to absolutely destroy him, but they do, so they get the knock and the flush. Velsum, thank you very much for the Prime sub, and welcome back. I haven't seen you in a while. Velsum, how are you doing? Thank you so, so much, mate. I really appreciate it. Hope you are doing very well indeed. Optimal Gaming. They might see a drop. They don't actually see it, but there's a drop inside the crater to their left. They would think about it, but I'm not sure they'd want to go for it at this stage. Maybe they will. I'm fairly confident they've seen it. But getting into the circle might be deemed more important at this point. We'll wait and see. Chris Mazing drove more or less straight underneath it, and no, they're going to go for it. They know. They're happy to defend this position and then try and move on the outside of Crater Field. This could be tricky for Optimal Gaming, actually. What is their strategy for moving in? Chris is staying behind while the rest of the team don't lose time. I think that's a sensible compromise. Very, very sensible compromise there. You don't want to accidentally miss out on a potential free position. It's actually a double drop, and I wonder if Skinny and Anonym are going to find that. But in El Pozo, with potential, are coming up against the YMCA. Several of With Potential will know that this is a little bit of a snipe battle. We've also got Curexy inside here as well. I think he's... No, he's not even just snaking. Stratos and Minibear are both very happy to be inside the city, especially Stratos, who gets full level 3 gear and a Graza. Thank you very much. Lots of drop action going on here in game number 2. Lots of drop action. Excellent. With Potential consolidating more or less into a single building. That's cool. And in the meantime, it looks like a big, big fight going on between Apex and the Norseman. Calvin is down. So is Snooski Dooski. Calvin is smoked and should be able to get up. It looks like one member of the Norseman has been permanently killed. Remember, the Norsemen were previously really split, sort of here. And now it seems like they're up and together. 3 are up. Party Beetle, unfortunately, is down and out of the game. But the remaining 3 Norsemen will now be able to fight as a unit. And we've seen how powerful that unit can be. So I'm looking forward to seeing if they can convert here against Apex. Tekker's looking for the head of Herky. Not quite getting there at the moment. Snooski Dooski is also on the right-hand side. Will get seen. But it's 2 people poking the one position. So Tekker's has decided, I don't need to peek that aggressively at this. Going for the bolty action now, saying I'm going to swap out for the M24 so that when I hit a shot, it's going to count even more. Don't blame him. Simsy still has the mini, though. It doesn't look like the teams are going to be moving any closer to each other. That's because the next circle is popped, and it is centering in on El Pozo suddenly. With Potential looking very, very good. YMCA are glad they didn't get into a full-on squad fight. And Allen Oil wasted no time. Remember, they were one of the teams who rotated really, really late out east. They've gone ahead and grabbed East El Pozo. We should be seeing a lot of people absolutely sending it in now. Snip Team with 2 on the back of a bike. That's Stealthy and Zico taking those junkyard sort of complexes on the north side. Meet the Woo are going to be coming in as well. Heroic on the southwest. We have Misfits moving into center as well on the south side. It looks like they're going to more or less crash straight into Viz team. And yes, they do. There's going to be so many fights here, so bear with, guys. Where is Viz? There is Viz. So close. Minibear to the entirety of the team. He has to be so careful right now. Minibear attempting to go around the side. And he just about evades capture. Meet the Woo in the meantime are also fighting. They're against Allen Oil. Ace is down for Meet the Woo. Otto is down for Allen Oil. And Danica gets third party from Anonym. Where's Anonym shooting from? Oh my goodness, they're all the way up there. This is a big problem for them. We also have Push and Flush moving into this building, and bizarrely, even though people are doing damage to them on the way in, that's Micah who manages to get that knock. This building is actually free at the moment. Macindark might be pushing into them. We have the Norsemen coming in now as well in the northeast. It's an absolute chaos. trying to make their way into El Pozo. They haven't even been fired upon by anyone in El Pozo yet, and it doesn't matter. That's Ave Mil down, that's Nuski Dusky down, and Herky is the last hope for the Norsemen. Suddenly El Pozo is not looking that inviting at all. Can't play in this dip, knows that there are people up top. Has to play in this dip now, Control hasn't pinned down. And I don't think Herky is long for this world. If this shifts back north from El Pozo, this is gonna suck for so many of these teams. Oh my god. The only possible rotate in now is to come in on the right-hand side here and move in via the bottom up this hill into this part of El Pozo. But how are you going to know that? How do you know that if you're not in observer mode? You don't. Horrifically difficult here. So the Misfits and Viz continue to be next to each other. Not very friendly. Push and flush right next to With Potential, who are otherwise relatively chill. We're watching Herky. Somehow, some way, managing to make it into a building. Oh, and that perfect donut on phase 4 is going to mean it will be all but guaranteed to be an El Pozo. It can still shift north. Snip team are still hoping. I think these teams up top now have a big job to do because there aren't really any compounds in between the top edge of Circle and El Pozo. So the idea behind Enhanced, for example, was to stay in those positions and wait for the Circle to move further out. Kune going to be finding that rather difficult right now as Apex have him very pinned down. Oh, smoke will get put down prior to healing, but unfortunately that means he's going to burn. And that's Kune down. Great Molotovs from Stealthy there. And Team Snip inside these junkyard complexes. Zukdin Nam are coming in very, very late. They're going to have to run a horrific... Would you believe, by the way, that even with all of these downs, all of these knocks, all of this damage being done, we still have 16 teams alive? That is how intense this circle has been. Beamy versus Zukdin Nam. Are they going to go up or are they going to go down? They're going down to avoid Heroic. But now YMCA is shooting at them instead. And now Viz are going to be shooting at them as well. There is absolutely no way out. Zukdin Nam lose 1 in rotation, lose 2 in rotation. Here comes Dex and Nixie. Dex goes down. Nixie on 23 hit points. He's got a dream left and that's about it. Stratos in his way. Level 3 gear with the Graza. Neither player wanting to move. Enhanced out here might end up being in the most chill position of them all. In the meantime, Meet the Woo and Push and Flush could be pushing into each other very shortly as well. You can see Meet the Woo next door in the hotel complex. Nixie still just holding this stairwell. I don't think Stratos needs to actually move from this at the moment. There are other members of this that could help later on. Stratos is perfectly fine to just hold the angle and wait. Heroic now wanting to aggress and push in on Anonym and Co. Optimal Gaming gets hit by a beautiful frag grenade from T-Bone. A second one comes in now. That looks potentially good as well. Onto Chris Mazing. 28 damage. That's good. Possible follow-up coming in. T-Bone now starting to use the opportunity to rotate closer. He is inside the building now. No question about that. Skinny Yuri Boy and Chris Mazing still up. Anonym will also get revived, and I think T-Bone knows that it might be a little bit too much. Right, confirmation that we will have an El Pozo finish. Several teams, including Chicken Go Cluck and Enhanced, who have been waiting for a possible shift out of El Pozo. They're going to be very annoyed that that isn't possible right now. But at the same time... Oh, if we get a clean headshot here, we get a clean headshot here. Blue Star onto Krisuka. Gets the down and the flush. And it's actually teams inside El Pozo that are doing damage to them right now. That is a really, really nice hit from Blue Star. Enhanced have to think about what they're going to do next, because these guys all have to push in. Heroic now flooding in to try and take out OG. Someone right next to Page through the smoke. He does some damage, but not enough. Page now knocked. Skinny Trying to come out for the flush. And Skinny doing work. But not quite enough work. Beamy just about manages to clutch that out. T-Bone goes down, but Paige and Vashku will both be able to be revived, and Heroic will survive with 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining for Phase 5 to close. What on earth are they going to do about this circle? It looks like a couple of compounds right next to them to the east are not taken, so they could grab that brick building while they decide to work on other options. That should be fine. Stratos still waiting for Nixie to do something. They can't. Chicken Go Cluck eliminated on the outside. Enhanced looking like, to be honest, there's not that many of them left. It's just the one. Blade's got a Murado. Not really sure where he's going to go in circle right now. Maybe towards the junkyard compound where Snipper. Apex have spotted him early on. That's one tire gone on the Murado. Down to about 10% hit health. It doesn't even matter. He gets absolutely domed out of there. I think it was a headshot before. A body shot finished him off. And that's YMCA collecting that. Really unfortunate. I appreciate the strategy that they were using to stay out of El Pozo in case it shifted back up. Didn't work out for them on this occasion. They played the circle. It didn't pay off. It might next time. Remember, Zuktin Nam, even though Nixie, all he's doing is holding this angle, at the end of the day, as a solo player, why wouldn't you? You want to try and get into the placement points from here. If you can hold this one angle and get into the placement points, you do that 100% of the time. No questions asked. And this is going to become a tinderbox. There'll be a lot of smoke grenades as these guys move out of their compounds. I apologize in advance if at certain points the stream's FPS gets quite low. That's entirely possible right now. Whew! Phase 6, moving straight into the north side of El Pozo. Heroic are going to be very annoyed by that. They fought very hard to get into this position. And are now struggling. Curexi gets down within, spitting distance of Stratos. Oh, what a beautiful flashbang! What a beautiful flashbang from Nixie! That is so unbelievably good, and Stratos with the Grazer and level 3 gear, that doesn't even matter. He heard the smoke go off. He knew that Curexi was downed, and he went, that is an excellent opportunity to push in. Really good flashbang, really good extra point for Zuktin Nam, and they make it into the top 10. Not quite the placement points yet, but here we go. Heroic trying to make their way in as well. Page down. Remember, that's his second knock this game. Some frag grenades coming in from YMCA. A lot of smoke going down from Vashku. Ooh, last second clutch. Will a grenade spoil the party? I think they might be out of those explosive grenades, to be honest, at this point. They used quite a lot of them in the warehouse. Beamy just trying to smoke them over. Doing everything possible to get the rest of Heroic inside El Pozo and inside the next circle. Allen Oil rotating north. They've got a very, very small corner of this compound here. They're going to actually try and rotate into one of these big high-rise buildings. It won't be enough for control. And 5-6 is the only player left for Allen Oil. Going to be playing outside of the city. I've got good news for him here. 5 squads aren't going to be right on top of him. I've got bad news for him there. 5 squads can see him the moment he moves half an inch. Team Misfits, in the meantime, they were on the far south of this next circle, and they've actually found a way through Danilo and Dulik to move all the way in to close to center, and they know that no one's there. This is actually a really powerful move in from Misfits. Knowing that no one is there on their route in means that they basically get a free pass to the next circle. So I'm expecting Xerxes and Anti to move quickly. The longer they wait, the more likely Heroic are going to stop them. So I genuinely feel like Misfits should be moving towards the center quite soon. They're going to end up very close to Nixie, but Nixie doesn't want to be too aggressive and take the fight unless he knows he can get the point. And we've already seen how strong he is there, right? YMCA versus Heroic are still going on in the west side. Jing going to settle that argument by closing the door in their face. Looks like it's worked. And these are the streets of El Pozo, ladies and gentlemen. And there is the blue zone threatening to engulf it all. Oh, what a delightful game of PUBG is. 10 teams alive at the 25-minute mark. 10 teams at the 25-minute mark, and it's only about to get more crazy. Heroic have to move in. YMCA have to move in. Misfits, in my opinion, should be moving in to join Dulik. I feel like they're going to start running out of time soon because YMCA are going to move out, and when they do, Misfits are going to really struggle to move out here. I feel a little bad for Snip Team as well. Their gambit on these containers and the junkyard compounds paid off. I would say actually paid off handsomely. But now they're going to be forced to move further in. That's Allen Oil eliminated. 5-6 had no choice but to rush in there. Misfits further in now. Not quite into center just yet. Dulik has still got that position. YMCA moving towards the, well, not the bull ring. Moving towards the bowl. Jing will have some measure of peace there, but not that much. All the Misfits want to do is move in here. They don't want to gatekeep anyone, but it's going to become more and more difficult to Xerxes and Danny across the road. Almost a double knock there for Xerxes, but not quite. Good Molotov. It's just slightly short, and more explosives coming in, waiting to try and get that extra point, to try and flush. There's going to be a lot of third partying going on now. Beamy and Page both go down to Danilo's grenade, and as a result, Heroic are out. We're now into the top 8. Snip Team eliminated almost in the next second. 7 teams left alive and 18 remaining at the 27.5-minute mark. One member of YMCA Esports is down. They've got 6 kills and all 4 of them are alive. They're doing very well. On the other hand, you have to give it to the Misfits. They've been taking names. They've also got all 4 up, and they have 4 kills to their name too. So plenty of opportunity for them to come in the late game here and really put their mark on this game. We haven't spoken very much about With Potential, but the honest truth is that they've just been pretty chill. They've been controlling the 5-stack here and doing a tremendous job of making sure nobody else gets it. Whoa. Gets where they are at the moment. I wouldn't go for the knock until you can actually get the res off. At least it's a safe res up here. Micah should be fine. Next shift goes south. Atomical and Ribbons have to decide if they want to cross a road or anything. This is going to be rough. Misfits, very happy. Zukdin Nam, very happy. Viz, on the south side with no one to contest beyond this road. They're very happy as well because they can let all of these guys fight it out and not have to deal with any problems until the next circle. Not a problem. Meet the Woo, similarly, have got the east side of the circle all to themselves. All eyes on YMCA Esports. How are they going to get in? Pressure on them right now with an excellent viewpoint from the top of that 5-story thanks to With Potential's height advantage. How can they get anywhere? Lito tries, but it won't be enough. And Nuavi running the gauntlet and actually trying to save Lito's life while they're at it. With Potential have a really good rooftop here. It won't be very applicable in the next zone, unfortunately. YMCA still being asked some problems. 45 seconds until the circle closes, but about 10 before they get pushed out of it. I think the gas station is actually pretty good at the moment for the Misfits. With Potential of such a strong position, but if they get forced out, they're screwed right now. Which is such a shame, because they've held such a good position for the entire game. You have to think about moving down the ladder at some point. You have to think about jumping down. But the zone is now starting to engulf that. They need to make that decision quickly. They do. The stairwell's now in the blue. Micah's not going to like this. 14 damage a tick. Oh! 30 HP just to make it down there, and that's why that's not particularly useful. Danilo takes damage but manages to stay alive at the moment. YMCA tried to push in. They will be able to get the revive. It looks like things are okay for them With Potential. See that good position that gets absolutely choked out of existence? That's their problem right now. Push and flush have a small advantage over them, but they're going to have to move out as well. This gives Meet the Woo a little bit of breathing room. They might be able to sneak in on the east side of the zone without angering anybody. Nixie, in the meantime, still holding an angle like an absolute champ. And Minibear, to be fair, joining him now as well. When in Rome, join each other by the looks of things with potential. Now pushing into this building to try and get rid of the rest of Push and Flush. Exvolution and Atomical both go down, though. And Magster's moving down slowly. Looking for any opportunity to take out the rest of the opposing team. Magster's the only player of Push and Flush now still up. One minute 45 on phase 9. Still 5 alive. And we're at the 31-minute mark. That's city endings for you, ladies and gents. See Meister's on the top floor with potential on the bottom floor. Both of them are going to have to move. Meisters will be forced down in just a second. Not much you can do there. He's in the blue. And that's going to be that. Danilo actually getting him in the end with a Molotov. That'll be that. But this circle doing so much damage and with potential, with nowhere to go. The Misfits still doing an incredible job. Meet the Woo left with 2. Zook Dinam just have to be given plaudits for how well they've played this game. They went down to 1 so early on. And I have to say, Nixie has been absolutely phenomenal. Meet the Woo eliminated. This is now a 1v3. 1v2 if Xerxes gets rezzed, I suppose. Do they realize he's here? If they didn't before, they do now. Oh no, there's someone behind you. Left of the caravan. Spots him. Oh my god, and gets the double! Zook Dinam, ladies and gentlemen, and Nixie, after hiding out in that building for so much of the game, get the chicken dinner. Very, very well played by Zook Dinam, and a beautifully entertaining end to the game. Remember that level 3 gear? Remember that Silence Graza that he looted from the body after holding that ankle for so long? Well, that was just the game-winning move. Very, very well done, and congratulations to Zook Dinam.